Yay! Welcome to Ranger Reviews, a web series we look at episodes of the TV show Power Rangers and then discuss them. Today we're exploring the 31st episode of the show Power Rangers Lost Galaxy, as well as the 324th episode overall, titled The Power of Pink. We begin this episode in a field where the Space Rangers are still with the Lost Galaxy Rangers, meeting the Galactabeasts. Everyone is super impressed with what they're like, and Cassie just climbs up on top of the Wildcat Galactabeast and she starts dancing. Ashley asks Maya if that's safe, and Kendricks tells Cassie to be careful, and then she gets bucked off of the thing hitting the ground. She's somehow fine. I mean, probably some severe internal bleeding, but she's fine. On the Scorpion Stinger, Deviant explains to Jacquina how Psycho Pink can be revived. Jacquina wants Psycho Pink to kill all the Rangers, and Psycho Pink comes too, saying that she will only want to kill the Pink Ranger. Deviant tries to zap her what's good, but she removes her control device, crumbling it. Jacquina commands her to do as she says, but Psycho Pink fires her bow at Jacquina and Villamax blocks the shot. Psycho Pink runs away, and Jacquina says that's fine, at least she can handle the Pink Rangers, and then they can just handle the rest. In the lab, Kendricks is studying the Galaxy book again, and I totes forgot this thing existed. She finds out about something called the Savage Sword. In the plaza, Psycho Pink is hobbling around, coming up to a computer screen that's stationed in it, and she zaps herself into the computer. Kendricks is still working in the lab, but Psycho Pink goes in, hiding off screen. This is stupid. Kendricks is just typing away and she finds out that the Savage Sword is on a planet Rashawn, which is apparently kind of close. Then Psycho Pink comes through the computer doing a bit of a brain drain before tossing Kendricks back. She leaves and Kendricks books it out of there. Cassie sees her running after her. Kendricks says Psycho Pink is alive, so they gotta go. Psycho Pink comes out of the computer and Cassie and Kendricks show up. Go Galactic and also let's rock it. The two Pink Rangers take on Psycho Pink, who is really focused on the Savage Sword, so bye. Cassie asks about the sword, and Kendricks explains that it's stronger than all 5 Quasar Sabers. Kendricks says this is all her fault, and Cassie says the Pink Rangers have to stick together. Later, Kendricks is in her jet jammer and Cassie's on her Galaxy glider, and they're going through space to Rashawn. They let the others know what's going on, and they're surprised Psycho Pink is still alive, but before they can head out to help, Stingwingers show up, taking them on. Go Galactic and let's rock it again. Whee! The 8 Rangers fight off the Stingwingers and Deviant shows up, blasting the Yellows down. Psycho Pink has arrived on Rashawn, looking around for the Savage Sword. Kendricks and Cassie are there too, looking for the sword. Psycho Pink then basically stumbles upon it, running forward. She finds the hilt in a rock and she grabs it. Cassie and Kendricks show up, screaming at her to stop. She starts to pull it out in slow motion, and Kendricks and Cassie stop as she holds it up. This sword looks a lot thinner than it did in the book. Is this the right one? She starts slashing the crap out of Cassie, and now the sword is getting bigger. It gets stronger with each blow, apparently. Kendricks tries to stop her, but that's kind of pointless. Cassie tries, but then she's hit too. Cassie pushes Kendricks away, and the sword is now healing Psycho Pink with its powers, and now becoming one thick sword. Back to the others, Villamax is now fighting the Blues too, and the Rangers are in an all-out brawl there. Also, Cassie gets hit so hard she demorphs and loses her morpher. Psycho Pink then sees Cassie's morpher, and she surmises that the power of her morpher is perfect. So she stabs it, creating a shockwave, knocking them back. They look around and the sky has gone red as a tornado of power surges. Psycho Pink gets knocked back, turning into her monster form again. Also, Leo hits back Villamax and then Terra Venture starts shaking and the alarms are going off. Mike finds a high energy disturbance in the bridge and they realize how close it is. The baddies then ditch the Rangers and the entire sky is red for everyone now. On Rashawn, Kendricks is protecting Cassie, who is apparently hurting from the morpher being used like this. I guess she's connected to it? Psycho Pink grows giant, laughing, but then she's hit in the face by the Galaxy Megazord. Kendricks tells Cassie they're going to get her powers back. The Galaxy Megazord is then struggling against Psycho Pink, who is slapping them around real good. The morpher surges again, causing Cassie to collapse, and she's flashing pink. Kendricks begs for her to hold on until they can beat her. The megaship is heading out from Terra Venture, and the Space Rangers are aboard, creating the Astro Megazord again. Except you can totally see Cassie in the cockpit too. Oops. They head toward Rashawn, which is definitely not Earth with a red filter. The Galaxy Megazord is on the ground, but the Astro Megazord comes flying in, coming to help. Psycho Pink just laughs at them, but they're slashing her the best they can. Kendricks then realizes that she has to do something and save Cassie. She takes out her Quasar Saber, heading toward the tornado, and Cassie yells at her. She gets hit back, and then she tries again. Cassie is screaming in the background as Kendricks is pushing her way through the energy surge. The others use their finishing moves on Psycho Pink, blowing her up. Honestly, who cares? Get back to Kendricks. Oh, and Terra Venture is also totes in the red storm now, also don't care. Kendricks is moving forward still, and her powers are flashing. The other Rangers show up unmorphed, and they hear how Kendricks is close to the Astromorpher. Things are starting to collapse on Terra Venture. She gets to the center, and Cassie screams for her to stop and leave, but Kendricks says she has to do this. The other Rangers yell at her to stop, because kind of insinuating like, just let Cassie die, and they're running up in slow motion. Kendricks slashes at the Savage Sword with her Quasar Saber, and in an explosion, the Savage Sword is now cut in two, which ends the energy surge completely. It dissolves away, and Terraventure is now fine. Cassie walks up. Before them is the hovering ghost of Kendricks, holding onto her Quasar Saber. Maya is crying, calling for her. She looks at them, saying, "I'm okay, I'll always be here." She disappears into her Quasar Saber, flying up into the sky and disappearing in a flash of pink. Cassie's Astromorpher is now repaired, and Cassie looks up, pleading for Kendricks. The others come to her. In the Terraventure Bay, the morphed in-space rangers say that they'll never forget what happened here. They ask if they'll be okay, and Kai says they kinda have to be. The Space Rangers say that they have their own mission. What mission? Legit, who knows? Cassie walks away to look somber in a suit, and Andros walks over to her. Andros says they all took a risk to become Rangers, so they need to just move forward. They're heading home. "Yeah, sorry we killed one of your Rangers, guys. Got a blast." Leo says it was an honor to fight with them. Was it? Andros says that until next time. Maybe don't come back if you're going to kill more Rangers. The Space Rangers get on their Galaxy Gliders heading out. Maya then says, "What do we do now?" And we zoom in on Leo for no reason. The end. Okay, this is a legitimately emotional, chills-worthy episode for me. It's really well done, especially by Power Rangers standards, and it's definitely the best episode of the season, if not one of the best episodes in quite a few seasons. Though it's hard to compare it to other things because we've never seen Power Rangers be like this before. So yeah, Kendricks is dead. She sacrificed herself to save Cassie. But what's with the weird ending? Well, alright, let's track this. It starts with the actress for Kendricks, Valerie Vernon, being diagnosed with leukemia during filming. You may have noticed in the last few episodes they were all focused on one Ranger, and Kendricks was barely there, and sometimes she was literally someone else's stand-in. The actress returned in The Chameleac Warrior for that episode, and then this team up as a means of writing her out of the show. They actually keep her in the show as a principal cast moving forward so that she's still in the opening credits for the rest of the season. Why? Because the show had gone union, and if they did that, it allowed her to retain her health benefits during this time, I think. Not sure that is actually confirmed, but it's something I've heard before. The replacement role of Pink Ranger was actually originally offered to Patricia Jolie, aka Cassie. The original ending of this episode, which was filmed, involves Cassie staying behind to become the new Pink Galaxy Ranger. Originally, the Pink Quasar Saber didn't disappear. The Rangers had it, and Kai even pointed out that they can't even use the lights of Orion now. Cassie picked up the Quasar Saber, which glowed pink at her, and then she decided to stay. The Space Rangers point out that she might never return, but she insists. Then, the next episode was going to be called Forging a Friendship, which involved Maya and Cassie bonding as the new girl team members, and Maya essentially was struggling to not think of Kendricks. This episode was partially filmed, as far as we know, as it is currently on the internet in script form in the original Word file straight from the writer's room. But this ending and the next episode are not available anywhere. Why? Because Patricia Jolie allegedly got into a financial dispute about her role in the show. The rumor is that they basically told her that she would be paid as a guest star, which is less than principal cast, for the remainder of the season, even though she'd been contracted for 14 episodes going forward. I'm not sure if this was because of a budgetary need in order to keep Valerie Vernon on the cast, or if they were just dicks about it to her, but she walked off the set and didn't return. Frankly, I can't really blame her if this was indeed the case. Why do a job level that you're qualified to be paid for in full if they're just going to pay you less for no real reason? It's really not her fault that Valerie had to leave. That being said, we get a pretty cool alternative choice coming up for the replacement Pink Ranger, because don't worry, there's a Pink Ranger coming starting the next episode. But until then, may the power protect you.